Have you ever caught yourself comparing your life to someone else's and wondered how to break free from that cycle? I used to be stuck in that endless loop of comparison, constantly measuring my behind-the-scenes moments against everyone else's highlight reels. It's like we're all competing in some sort of unwritten contest, where everyone's winning and we're just stuck in the background, feeling like we're losing. But what if I told you there's a way out of this toxic cycle? Comparing ourselves to others is a trap. It's a never-ending game where there's always someone who seems to have more, achieve more, or look better. And social media? It's like the ultimate comparison tool. We scroll through our feeds, seeing the curated lives of friends, influencers, and even strangers, and can't help but feel like we don't measure up. The truth is, we're all unique, with our own paths to follow. But when we compare, we forget that. We start to believe that someone else's success or happiness is somehow a reflection of our own worth. And that's just not true. We're all on different journeys, with different destinations. So, why do we do it? Why do we constantly compare ourselves to others? I think it's because, deep down, we're all searching for validation. We want to feel good about ourselves, and we think that by comparing, we can somehow gauge our own worth. But it's a flawed logic. The problem with comparison is that it's a moving target. There's always someone ahead of us, and no matter how hard we try, we can't catch up. And even if we do manage to reach that target, there's always another one waiting for us just ahead. It's exhausting. As we compare, we start to lose sight of what truly matters, our own journey. We forget to appreciate the little things, the small wins, and the unique experiences that make our lives worth living. And that's a shame, because when we focus on others, we miss out on the beauty of our own lives. But there's more to it. When we compare, we're not just hurting ourselves, we're also missing out on the chance to love and appreciate who we are. We're so busy looking at others that we forget to look inward. The psychology behind self-comparison is complex. It's tied to our self-esteem, our upbringing, and even our brain's wiring. But one thing is clear, it can have devastating effects on our mental health. When we compare, we can feel anxious, depressed, and isolated. We start to believe that we're not good enough, that we're somehow less worthy. And that's when the downward spiral begins. Imagine being on a never-ending treadmill, constantly running but getting nowhere. That's what comparison feels like. At some point, I realized that I had a choice to make. I could keep comparing, keep feeling like I wasn't good enough, or I could take a step back and reevaluate my life. For me, the turning point came when I started focusing on my own journey. I began to appreciate the little things, the people in my life, and the experiences that made me who I am. It wasn't easy, but it was liberating. The more I focused on myself, the less I cared about what others were doing. I started to love my life, flaws and all. And that's when I realized that true happiness comes from within. So, let's summarize. We've talked about how comparison can be toxic, how it affects our mental health, and how it prevents us from loving our lives. The key takeaway is this: your life is unique, and it's worth loving. Don't let comparison rob you of that. Focus on your journey, appreciate who you are, and celebrate your wins. If you're ready to break free from the comparison cycle and start loving your life, I want to hear from you. Comment below with your experiences, and don't forget to check out my next video.